President's pronouncement of not giving an inch of our territory, the AFP will endeavor to modernize its personnel, equipment, facilities, processes, and systems so as to enable it to be a lethal and competent fighting force capable of defending our territory from external attacks.
The Indo-Pacific is bracing for a new era of tension as rival powers jostle for influence, and flashpoints from the Taiwan Strait to the West Philippine Sea threaten to ignite. At the heart of the Philippines' forward defense stands Northern Luzon Command and the Philippine Marine Corps, the nation's vital first responders to any external aggression, and the shield guarding its northern gateway. Northern Luzon's critical location at the crossroads of the South China Sea and the Luzon Strait, just across from Taiwan, makes it the Philippines' first line of defense and the launch point for any contingency operation, including the protection and evacuation of thousands of overseas Filipino workers. NOLCOM, once focused on counterinsurgency, is now shifting decisively to territorial defense, with senior leaders calling preparation for a Taiwan contingency inevitable. Guided by the Armed Forces of the Philippines' Horizon Modernization Plan, Northern Luzon's Marines are shifting from a reactive to a proactive archipelagic defense posture, embracing the concept of peace through strength and ensuring that Philippine sovereignty is defended well before a crisis erupts. Their current readiness already strengthens day-to-day maritime domain awareness and signals to adversaries that the Philippines will not stand alone. Northern Luzon's geography, modernized marine forces, and powerful network of alliances together form a credible deterrent. By fortifying the nation's northern frontier, these Marines embody an unshakable national message. Philippine sovereignty is non-negotiable, and it will be defended with strength, vigilance, and resolve.
To the courageous personnel of NOLCOM, led by the dynamic Commander Lieutenant General Fernil G. Buca, I applaud your unwavering dedication and high-level performance. Palakpakan po muli natin sila.
Northern Luzon has emerged as one of the most strategically significant regions in the entire Philippine archipelago, a forward bastion at the intersection of the South China Sea and the Luzon Strait. This narrow body of water is a vital maritime highway linking the Western Pacific to the contested South China Sea, making it a key pressure point in any great power conflict. Crucially, Northern Luzon sits only about 190 kilometers, 120 miles, south of Taiwan, placing it on the front line of any potential Taiwan crisis. For Philippine defense planners, this geography carries urgent implications. In the event of a cross-strait conflict, thousands of overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, in Taiwan would need to be evacuated rapidly, requiring well-prepared staging areas and secure sea and air routes. Key locations, such as Mavulis Island, the northernmost tip of the Philippines, have therefore been developed as forward military outposts, equipped for surveillance, communications, and humanitarian response. These sites allow the Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, to monitor ship movements in the Luzon Strait and to serve as early warning and logistics hubs in a regional emergency. This sharpening focus reflects a historic shift in mission for the Northern Luzon Command and the Philippine Marine Corps. For decades, their primary task was counterinsurgency, addressing internal security challenges. Today, their mandate has pivoted toward territorial defense and external threats, recognizing the country's exposure to potential interstate conflict. As AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo S. Bronner Jr. has warned, our involvement in a Taiwan contingency is inevitable, and we must prepare accordingly to defend our territory and protect our citizens.
NOLCOM is our frontliner here in the Northern Hemisphere. As we saw a while ago in their shift to territorial defense, they have gone a long way already. But let me give you this challenge, this further challenge. Do not be content with securing just the Northern Hemisphere up to Mavulis Island. Start planning for actions in case there is
an invasion of Taiwan. Because if something happens to Taiwan, inevitably, we will be involved. There are 250,000 OFWs working in Taiwan, and we will have to rescue them. And it will be the task of Northern Luzon Command to be at the front line of that operation.
By repositioning forces, investing in northern facilities, and conducting frequent joint exercises with allies, Northern Luzon has become the keystone of the Philippines' northern defense strategy. This transformation highlights not only the region's importance as the country's first line of defense, but also its central role in the broader Indo-Pacific security architecture. The Philippine Marine Corps in Northern Luzon is undergoing a sweeping transformation from a counterinsurgency force into a cutting-edge territorial defense unit. This shift is anchored in both personnel redeployment and rapid modernization, giving the Marines new reach, speed, and striking power to protect the country's northern maritime frontier. Personnel and training. The most visible sign of change was the relocation of the battle-hardened 4th Marine Brigade to Ilocos Norte in 2022, placing seasoned fighters directly on the country's northern flank. The Philippines' coastal defense is also gaining real teeth through long-range precision weapons. The BrahMos shore-based anti-ship missile system, operated by the Coastal Defense Regiment, gives the Marines the ability to target hostile vessels far beyond the coastline with supersonic speed. Complementing this is the Mid-Range Capability, MRC, ground-based vertical launch system, which arrived in Northern Luzon in April 2024, marking the first deployment of its kind in the country. Together, these missile systems transform the Marines from a reactive force into a credible deterrent able to hold hostile naval and amphibious units at risk. By combining seasoned fighters, terrain-savvy tactics, and next-generation weaponry, the Northern Luzon Marines now represent a new breed of Philippine defender. Lean, flexible, and ready to deny access to any adversary across sea, air, and land. Northern Luzon's Marines are not standing guard in isolation. They form the core of a network of alliances that gives the Philippines strategic depth and rapid response capability. Through joint training, shared logistics, and synchronized command structures, they are preparing to face complex, multi-domain threats with trusted partners. The annual Balikatan, shoulder-to-shoulder, drills have become the most visible symbol of Philippine-U.S. military cooperation. In 2024, the exercise reached an unprecedented scale of roughly 16,000 troops, combining air, land, and naval forces from both countries and welcoming observers from Japan, Australia, and other security partners. Northern Luzon, directly across from Taiwan and overlooking the Luzon Strait, was a focal point. There, HIMARS, High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, rapid infiltration drills rehearsed the swift movement and firing of long-range precision rockets, while counter-landing exercises simulated repelling an amphibious assault on key coastal approaches. These complex maneuvers were designed not only to sharpen the Marines' combat readiness, but also to demonstrate to potential adversaries that any attempt to breach Philippine territory would trigger a fast, coordinated, and overwhelming response. Philippine Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro Jr. summed up the stakes, noting that Balikatan enhances interoperability and readiness, ensuring that we and our allies can act decisively to protect our shared interests. Underpinning these drills is the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA, signed in 2014 and expanded in 2023 to 2024 to 9 agreed locations. EDCA allows the rotational presence of U.S. forces and pre-positioning of key assets such as fuel, munitions, and humanitarian relief supplies. Of particular importance are 3 new EDCA sites in Northern Luzon: Lalo Airport in Cagayan, Camp Melchor de la Cruz in Isabela, and Naval Base Camilo Ocias in Santa Ana, Cagayan, all strategically oriented toward the Taiwan Strait and the West Philippine Sea. These bases serve as forward logistics and command hubs, enabling rapid deployment of aircraft, ships, and missile systems during emergencies. For the Philippines, EDCA provides essential infrastructure upgrades and a stronger deterrent posture. For the United States, it reinforces its ability to operate along the vital First Island chain, where control of sea lanes can shape the outcome of any major Indo-Pacific conflict. Together, Balikatan and EDCA represent a fusion of training and basing that transforms northern Luzon into a credible defensive shield. The Philippine Marine Corps gains advanced tactics, real-time intelligence sharing, and quick reaction capabilities, while allies gain secure staging points in a geopolitically pivotal location. In an era of intensifying competition in the South China Sea and potential flashpoints in the Taiwan Strait, these joint preparations send a clear message. Aggression against Philippine territory or its allies will meet a unified, immediate, and formidable response. Shaping the future. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, is moving from incremental upgrades to a long horizon transformation anchored in Horizon 2 and Horizon 3 of the Modernization program. Horizon 2 accelerates survivable, networked capabilities, coastal missiles, integrated air defense, long-range sensors, maritime patrol aircraft, and multi-mission surface combatants, while Horizon 3 aims to knit these pieces into a joint, all-domain warfighting architecture. The end state is a comprehensive archipelagic defense posture, layered, distributed, and resilient. Instead of reacting piecemeal to incursions, forces in Luzon, the Zayas, and Mindanao will operate as an integrated web of sensors, shooters, and sustainers. From radar pickets and UAV constellations to mobile coastal batteries, littoral regiments, and rapid sea lift, able to detect, fix, and hold at risk hostile forces across choke points like the Luzon Strait and sea lanes in the West Philippine Sea. This evolution is not saber-rattling. It is peace through strength, a visible, credible capacity to impose costs on aggression so crises are deterred before they start, from reactive to proactive. The comprehensive archipelagic defense concept changes habits as much as hardware. Proactive means persistent maritime domain awareness, MDA, unblinking coverage from coastal over-the-horizon radars, AISS fusion, satellite tasking, and UAV patrols, so gray zone moves are exposed in real time. Proactive also means pre-positioned mobility, expeditionary logistics nodes, austere airstrips, and dispersed ammo/fuel caches that let Marines and littoral units mass effects without massing targets. It means mission command pushed forward, with small, well-trained teams empowered to execute denial missions, mining approaches, counter-landing ambushes, precision coastal fires, guided by a common operating picture. The result? A Philippines that shapes the battle space daily, rather than scrambling after each provocation. Impact on the present. Northern Luzon Marines already embody this future. Their readiness lifts day-to-day MDA by pairing patrols with ISR feeds, queuing Coast Guard boardings, and documenting incursions for rapid diplomatic action. On short notice, they can surge to secure fishermen, escort resupply, and posture coastal fires along likely approach corridors, turning geography into leverage. Every field exercise that rehearses counter-landing, every BrahMos drill that demonstrates time on target, and every UAV sortie that builds pattern of life data raises the deterrence floor today, not just in some future horizon. Alliance as deterrent multiplier. The alliance with the United States and growing minilateral ties with Japan and Australia turns national deterrence into collective deterrence. Balikatan and allied maritime patrols signal that any attack on Philippine public vessels or forces risks coalition response, complicating an adversary's calculus. Interoperable data links, common procedures, and pre-positioned stocks under EDCA compress timelines from days to hours. Joint fires, airlift, and ISR can be woven into Philippine schemes of maneuver. Practically, that means a potential adversary must plan not for a single service skirmish, but for layered resistance backed by allies across sea, air, cyber, and information domains. A deterrent force for a new generation. The Northern Luzon Marines, battle-tested, tech-enabled, and terrain-savvy, are the tip of this spear. As Horizon program delivers more sensors, longer reach missiles, better ISR fusion, and faster mobility, the Philippines will field a defense that is distributed yet integrated, humble in footprint yet heavy in effect. That visibility of ready forces, real capabilities, and reliable allies creates the one outcome Manila seeks most: a region where sovereignty is respected because deterrence is believed. Northern Luzon stands as the Philippines' northern shield and forward sentinel. geographically vital at the crossroads of the West Philippine Sea and the Luzon Strait. Here, the Philippine Marine Corps has transformed from a counterinsurgency force into a frontline territorial defender. Armed with modern coastal missiles, amphibious assets, and a doctrine tuned to deny any hostile landing. Backed by relentless training and joint drills with U.S. and allied forces, these Marines already strengthen maritime domain awareness and demonstrate that Manila will protect every inch of its sovereign seas and skies. This is more than preparation for a hypothetical conflict. By combining strategic geography, cutting-edge capabilities, and powerful alliances, the Northern Luzon Marines are creating a deterrent that speaks every day to would-be aggressors. The Philippines is ready, willing, and able to defend its future. Their growing strength affirms a simple but unshakable commitment. Philippine sovereignty is not negotiable, and it will be secured by Filipinos who stand watch on the nation's northern frontier. If you liked the video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel for deep analysis of contemporary issues.